Hi there, and thank you so much for stopping by. Look, I completely understand that your time is valuable and you could be spending it anywhere else, but you are spending it here with me, and I really do appreciate it. Look, if you didn't know that as a marketer, your story is your magic, then be sure to stick around for this video because I want to share with you exactly why it is just that. It is just so powerful. If it's your first time here, I'm Melanie Weber, and my channel is all about helping you to live the lifestyle and the income in order to live your best life ever. So if that really excites you, then please subscribe to my channel below. Look, humans have been telling stories since the dawn of time, and whether your first memory of storytelling is from your parents reading you a bedtime story, or more recently from a friend of yours retelling their highlights of their recent trip overseas, then you would have experienced the power of storytelling. And that is why, as a marketer, it is just so powerful. It's a way for you to communicate, but more importantly, to connect with your audience. Now, everyone's story is different, and that's why I see storytelling is really your magic as a marketer, because you have a unique story. No one's story is exactly the same as yours. So it is your opportunity to share yourself with your audience and to encourage them as to why they should engage in business with you. So with all of that said, it is really important to keep a couple of things in mind when telling your story. And firstly, that is to structure your story in order to make your audience feel however you want them to feel about it. So for example, if you share a story of yours that is very much a victim mentality, you had a rough childhood and you came from the school of hard knocks and all of these really bad things happened to you, and you're using them as an excuse for why your life has been so bad as you have grown up, then people are going to feel that that is a very much victim mentality, and people aren't going to see you favorably, albeit it is a sad story that you've got. People aren't going to connect with you as much because they will see it as just you having a whinge, complaining, not being a positive person in front of them. Whereas on the flip side, if you had a rough upbringing, but you shared it in a way that you convey that you have learned from the experiences that you endured and were determined not to replicate those experiences for the next generation, your children or yourself, and that they have indeed made you the character that you are, stronger for it, and you have used that in your business, you have used that to develop yourself into the person you are, then they are more likely to see you as someone who has made good on a bad situation or a bad life. You have made good on that, and you've struggled, but you have seen the light at the end of the tunnel and you have gotten there. So that's a bit of a segue into the next bit, in that people do want to connect with you, and that is through sharing the good, the bad, and the ugly, but particularly the struggles that you have had in your life and how you have overcome those, because everyone has had struggles, but it's in understanding or the sharing of how you have overcome your struggles, what tools that you've had in your toolkit to get over them and move forward, that people really want to hear about. Also, in sharing your story, you need to ensure that you share it in a way that is easy for people to understand, so that you transcend any barriers that there may be in people understanding or receiving your story, whether it be cultural background or language or anything like that, that people still are able to understand and digest your story, even though they are essentially different to you in some way. Humor is always a great thing to put into your storytelling, of course, where it is appropriate, but it certainly makes your story more memorable. It lightens what can sometimes be a bit of a heavy load for people to listen to. So ensure where you can inject a bit of humor. It also shows your personality as well, and people are wanting to engage with that. And most importantly of all of this in sharing your story is to be authentic. Don't pretend to be someone else that you're not. Don't try to be someone that you're not. People want to engage with you, and if you are lying or embellishing your story, then they're quite likely to think, well, what else are you embellishing and not being 100% truthful about? So make sure that you are yourself, and that will shine through and certainly resonate and connect with people a lot better. So there you go. That is exactly why your story is your magic. It is so unique to you, and as a marketer, you need to harness your story and convey it to your audience in order to build that know, like, and trust factor so that people are going to want to connect with you and going to want to do business with you. I hope you have enjoyed this video and found it of value. If you have gotten something from it, then please do make sure you give me a big thumbs up. And until I see you on my next video, I hope you take the greatest of care.